join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Before I start tonight's meeting, I do want to call for a moment of silence. Earlier this week I learned of the passing of one of the town of Plattsburgh's hometown heroes, someone that was a member of the Greatest Generation, Dorothy LeClaire, who was served as an Army nurse, also was on the 2nd Honor Flight, and fun fact, actually skated in the 1932 Olympics during the opening ceremony. So if you would just join me in a moment of silence for Dorothy's contribution to our country and community. Thank you. I'll call the meeting to order tonight at 6:01. Roll call.
Michael Cashman.
Present.
Thomas Wood.
Present.
Barbara Hebert.
Here.
Charles Kostick.
Here.
Dana Isabella.
Here.
James Coffey.
Here.
And Catherine Tucci is present.
Is there anyone seeking public comment to the board this evening? Seeing no one here, we'll continue to advance the agenda. I would just make note that we do not have a meeting next week because we don't meet on the 5th Thursday of the month traditionally. So just as a reminder to everybody. And because of that, there are a couple of items that I'd like to advance on the agenda this evening. And that is Resolution 77, Proclamation of Recognition.
Whereas in the early 1970s, concerned residents in the town of Plattsburgh met to discuss the need for increased fire protection in their community with growing residents, businesses, and commercial area. And whereas by resolution of the Plattsburgh Town Board on July 1st of 1971, Fire District Number 3 was formed, later chartered on September 28th of 1971. And whereas the charter members were Floyd Dominy, Ezreal Riom, Wendell Burnell, Roger Harwood, Ken Dumas, George Giroux, Gary Guts, Edward Goslow, George Bencheski, Marcel Giroux, Dennis Burnell, and Calvin Haskins. And whereas the first board of commissioners were Chairman George Dupree, Secretary Ken Dumas, Treasurer Tom Bushy, and Commissioners Cleo Giroux, Gerald Gerard, Harold Alford, and Attorney Alan Light. And whereas the first officers of the department were Chief Ken Dumas, Assistant Chiefs Roger Harwood and James Case, President Homer Frenier, Vice President Donald Rock, Secretary Wendell Burnell, Treasurer Bruce Eaton, and whereas with land donated by Catherine, Gruby, Station 1 on Wallace Hill was built. A Station 2 would soon follow on Hammond Lane. And whereas the values of service, excellence, and pride for community were established by these foundational members, their legacy continues to live on through the unselfish contributions of District Number 3 Fire Department's membership, now 50 years strong. Be it resolved with the town, we the Town of Plattsburgh Board wish to honor our professional volunteer firefighters who dedicate hours of their time toward training and community education, and express our heartfelt appreciation and congratulations to members past and present. But on this day especially thank the District Number 3 Fire Department's charter members who set forth in motion the very reason we now gather 50 years later. We shall be forever grateful to the collective membership who have and are providing their labor and time to protect and serve our town and the greater Plattsburgh area.
As is tradition with the proclamation of such a recognition, but wanting to make sure that it's in the record of the town, with no objection, we would all motion collectively. Any objection? All right. Can I get a roll call, please?
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Barbara Hebert,
With pride, yes.
Charles Kostick,
Yes.
Dana Isabella,
Yes.
Michael Cashman.
Yes, this passes and it will be presented at their banquet. At this time, place on the table Resolution 78 honoring the memory of Sherman Rabideau.
Whereas the Town of Plattsburgh Zoning Board of Appeals lost a valued member on March 11th of 2022 with the death of Sherman Rabideau. And whereas the town as a whole lost a knowledgeable, skilled, and dedicated community member, and whereas Sherman Rabideau was born and raised in the Plattsburgh area, and the town of Plattsburgh is where he chose to raise his loving family. And whereas Sherman was an outdoors man and enjoyed all activities related to sports, especially golf, he was also active with coaching youth baseball and basketball for many years, and 20-plus years as a zoning board member. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town of Plattsburgh Town Board recognize the contributions of Sherman Rabideau over the course of his tenure of the zoning board and honors his memory, and be it further resolved that the Town of Plattsburgh Town Board extends its sincerest condolences to his family.
And in similar fashion, with no objection, place all names on the record as making the motion. No objection. Can I get a roll call?
Thomas Wood,
Yes, he did a great job here for the town.
Barbara Hebert,
Yes.
Charles Costick,
Yes.
Dana Isabella,
Yeah.
and Michael Cashman.
Yes, it does carry, and that will be sent to the family along with his nameplate from the time that he served on the board. So, Resolution 79, the appointment of the secretary to the supervisor.
Whereas pursuant to Town Law, Section 29, Emily LeMay is hereby appointed to serve at the pleasure of the supervisor as confidential secretary for the town of Plattsburgh. Be it further resolved that the town board does hereby authorize the hiring and appointment of Emily LeMay to the vacant position of secretary to the supervisor for the salary of $44,699.20 effective April 4th of 2022. And be it further resolved that the supervisor is hereby authorized to sign all necessary documents for Emily LeMay appointment. It is further resolved that Emily LeMay take an oath of office within 30 days of this resolution, and be it further resolved that a certified copy of this resolution be given to the finance manager, the town clerk, and one be placed in Emily LeMay's personnel file.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Wood, is there a second?
Second.
Hebert. I would just add for discussion is very excited to get Emily onboarded into this position. Still sad, again, to see Deborah leave after many years of service and her institutional memory, but Emily will serve the town well in this role. She's very excited, and she'll be starting on April 4th, so it's not that far out. So again, this resolution is being advanced tonight because we're not meeting next week. So Deb is with us for a little while longer, but needed to take action on it tonight. So,
Roll call on this one?
yep. Roll call, please.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Barbara Hebert,
Yes.
Charles Costick,
Yes.
Dana Isabella,
Yes.
and Michael Cashman.
Yes, resolution carries. That is all for the active voting tonight. I would just draw your attention to a couple of items. You will see it in a couple of weeks, is the additional draft materials in the packet. Are there any committee reports?
We need to talk about water and sewer. I mean, he pretty much got all, has all the resolutions right here.
Yeah, we met with Scott. Water meters basically just restocked, is back in place. There are still a handful that have not been replaced with the new RF, but the challenge is there, sometimes the batteries give out.
Yep.
Trade Road was just a little difference with changes with the put a transformer on the ground instead of on the pole, so we had to pay to put the pad in there. The other pump station, I don't know what that one was for though, Tom. The bluff.
Out of the base.
Yeah. And then we will be opening up the bid process for the Cliff Haven sewer lining project. That's gonna be very similar to what they did on the base where everything is lined.
And as we said before, we had postponed the finish of the new well in September.
But everything's moving forward. Maycurry they'll be back in their work and still projecting
Yep.
end of the year.
It's
for that-
advancing.
for that to be online, so, everything's moving with all the projects more, so there's still a lot going on.
Anything else committee wise? If not, I do know that we need an executive session regarding the collective bargaining negotiation per Article 14 of Civil Service Law, and also the work history of one specific individual. Is there a motion to go into an executive session?
So,
Constance, is there a second?
Second.
Isabella, thank you. Can I get a roll call, please?
Thomas Wood,
Yes?
Barbara Hebert,
Yes.
Charles Costick,
yes.
Dana Isabella,
Yes.
and Michael Cashman.
Yes, no formal action to be taken tonight. We will enter executive session at 6:11 PM. Thank you.